Hey there, this is Renee from School of Herbal Studies in sunny St. Petersburg, Florida. And the person filming and the voice you're going to hear is Bob Linde. Say hi, Bob.
Hey y'all.
And we are here doing a few video clips about some of our bioregional plants and things that we get asked about. And this one is universally used, so let's talk about this one for a little bit. This is American Beautyberry, and it's Callicarpa americana. And in Chinese, Bob's a Chinese medicine doctor, and the Chinese herbal medica, what is it called?
It's Zizhu, which is Z-I-Z-H-U, and that is in both Bensky and Chen.
Which are the major medica books for learning Chinese herbs. And so let's talk a little bit about this today. So one of the things that we like to concentrate on is bioregionalism and getting to know the plants in your area instead of having the footprint of having them flown in from somewhere. Plus they know what's going on with your body and they're there to help you. They're good supporters. So for me, I grew up with this doing many things. The most common thing that's talked about with American Beautyberry is its insect repellent.
It's redneck toilet paper, my favorite thing.
Bob loves, I made the mistake of telling him that I grew up with this as being redneck toilet paper, so now that's what he wants to always say. It's really soft, and it's a bug repellent, so if you're having to hang your butt out in the woods, wouldn't you want to wipe it with a
Last place I want to get a bug bite.
Yep, and so all you do is crunch it up and rub it all over you. You have to remember to get it on your clothing, and there's been scientific studies to show that it was as effective or better than a DEET product. You just have to remember to reapply. From a Native American culture in this area, my family's been here for hundreds of years, and so I was taught these things as we went along. From a Native American culture standpoint, anywhere that this grows, it's actually harvested and made into an agrarian type of situation where you had like an orchard of it. That's how well used it was. Bob's zooming in because he's probably trying to get the fact that the berries are coming at the node, so it's a huge identifier. Like, how weird is that? That looks different than lots of things that we see. It kind of has that orientation like a motherwort or something. And so that's one of the ways we identify it, and has these beautiful dark pink berries, the kind of thing that we would say were fuchsia. And we would eat the berries. They're not super sweet, but they're not bad. They make a good freezer jelly, especially combined with elderberry, and like that's a good thing to know. But me growing up with it, really, we would use it for all things respiratory. So if we had allergies, or if we just had chronic coughs, here in Florida we get this weird thing that's like a summer flu. So we'd get summer cough, or summer diarrhea is what it's called. And many years ago, thousands of years ago, hundreds of years ago, like babies would die from summer flu or summer diarrhea.
And is there a particular part of the plant you use for that respiratory issue?
Yeah, so let's talk about that a little. The first thing is what's called the inner bark, and I'll use this one to show you. You don't have to kill a bush to use an inner bark of anything. You see how I'm doing this, and it's just really scraping off that area. So really we're just getting to the inside white. That's as easy as that. So in all reality, the lazy way to do this for folk herbalism would just be a limb would go in. If it had ripe berries, great. It would make a good cough syrup. We would probably use a maple syrup first run, or honey, because we were farmers here and we had lots of bees, to sweeten it up a tiny bit because the berries aren't super sweet. And it would be easy to feed to a child that was having a respiratory infection, was having anything that was wet and kind of hot. That would help with. The other thing is, just like the bug repellent thing, we could squish a leaf off to clean an eye out or a wound out, or use that concoction that we made to actually put on a hot spot of an animal. I was the steward of many animals and farmland type of things, and if we were hunting, we were responsible for the animals. If we injured one accidentally, we'd need to repair it and send it on its merry way. And so we would use it for that kind of thing as well. So just a limb, the inner bark, and the leaves and berries